Hello guys, today we're doing another reaction video to a fragrance video titled 8 Sexy Fragrances for Men That Women Love from a channel by Courtney Ryan. Do you guys remember that last video I did reacting to Teddy Baldassare's fragrance channel, and I kept complimenting his female friends when they were reacting to those fragrances? Why are they all so good looking? What the hell? This guy is sick. He just knows all these models. I was a bit of a simp in that video, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm not sure what came over me in that one occasion. Sorry about that, guys. But today, Courtney Ryan has her own channel. I didn't know that. It seems to me she's some sort of relationship dating expert or advisor. So I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe. But today we have a video from 9 months ago called 8 Sexy Fragrances for Men That Women Love. Which should be quite interesting. I feel like Courtney knows some things about fragrances. I'm not sure how much of an expert she is, so hopefully this video can help us assess that and see if she's got good fragrance suggestions. So it's not a long video, 8 fragrances, let's go through it. Our own fragrance brand, Atrium Fragrance, will be releasing its own office fragrance called Mr. Elegance. More information regarding this release will be coming in the next few weeks. Make sure you click the link in the description below to be signed up for notifications for when this release is available. It's only going to be available to purchase for 1 week only as a pre-order during the last week of January. So make sure you sign up so you do not miss out.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we have a fragrance video. It has been forever since I posted a fragrance video on this channel, but I've decided to start posting these again periodically. If you guys enjoy them, I will do them more often.
So right away from that, I'm getting the vibe that she's kind of like Alex Costa. She focuses on other things, but occasionally does the fragrance stuff because it's more of an accessory, and it's something that most men need to know about, a little bit about, and not like obsessed like we are. So from that suggestion, I'm thinking she's going to go for the mainstream stuff. I might be wrong, let's see.
But I thought this would be a fun little segment to add back on to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to be covering 8 super sexy fragrances for men. These will be perfect for a date night, perfect for a lovely evening with the special lady in your life, or attracting one if you don't have one already. I personally really enjoy all of these fragrances, so they get the Courtney stamp of approval, but these are also fragrances that have performed pretty well in past reaction videos that I've done. Yeah,
fair enough. You know, I respect that. I like the fact that she put that disclaimer out there. She appreciates niche stuff, but yeah, this is kind of like a mainstream video. She's going to focus on more mainstream stuff, but you can still go for interesting and surprising fragrances from the designer side, so let's not judge too quickly.
First up is always the fragrance that I recommend to guys when they ask me for my personal recommendation, and that is Prada Lunar Rossa Black. This is the fragrance that I think of when I think of a date night. It's kind of powdery, a little mysterious. This is my favorite of the Lunar Rossa line and one of my personal favorites for men.
Yeah, it's really difficult to describe Prada Lunar Rossa Black. I always describe it as a dark lotion-like rubber fragrance that focuses heavily on tonka bean. Yes, use it for the evenings, use it for date nights. I think it's a really solid suggestion and not a really basic suggestion. It's not like she went for, let's say, like the one eau de parfum straight away. I think Prada Lunar Rossa Black is a solid suggestion, and she's right, probably is the best from the Prada Lunar Rossa line currently.
Next up, another one of my all-time favorites, and that is Maison Margiela Jazz Club. This is a subtly sweet, boozy tobacco date night scent. I do think that this one smells a little bit more niche and elevated than some of the other kind of synthetic designer offerings. And I will say, some people find this to be a little bit too much with the combination of the boozy and the tobacco, but I am really not like a boozy tobacco lover type of gal, and I love this one.
I think this is a fantastic suggestion. My #1 fragrance from Maison Margiela currently. Don't forget, guys, Maison Margiela is a designer house, although a lot of people think they're niche for some reason. Jazz Club is a fantastically balanced, spicy, boozy tobacco scent. Great for the evening, not too sweet as you said, and I think it smells really sexy. And I think it's actually quite a safe fragrance in that kind of category. Something like Hafez 1984 would be less safe. So I think this is a pretty good option. 32% of people who watch School of Scent are subscribed to us. If you guys want to see our channel grow, to really help us out, click subscribe. Let's get that number to 40%. Thank you.
Next up, we have Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male. This one was actually created in 1995 by Francis Kurkdjian and helped lay the foundation for what later could be a fragrance that I'm sure all of you know, Versace Eros. This is a creamy vanilla aromatic with a bit of freshness. I think it smells very masculine. I personally love this one. Some people might think that this one smells a little bit dated just because it was, you know, created in 1995, which was quite a bit ago, the year that I was born actually.
So is Le Mal the baseline for Eros? I'm not sure about that. I kind of feel like, yeah, maybe it's a similar idea, but they're not similar DNAs maybe. I feel like, yeah, fair enough. Eros and Le Mal are both vanillic sweet fragrances with fresh camphorous green notes up top to balance it out. Fair enough. But Le Mal is its own thing. Let's you accept that. And I do think it's quite interesting. A lot of people say that Frances Kurkdjian did make it in 1995. I like that she knows her stuff about the history. But it came out after a fragrance called Cuba Gold, which a lot of people accuse Frances Kurkdjian of copying that fragrance for Le Mal. What do you guys think? I don't know. I've not tried Cuba Gold, but that's quite an interesting history. And Le Mal is a classic. I do think it does smell a little bit outdated, but I think it's still a solid fragrance just to appreciate the history of perfumery and to wear it as a nice, casual, cold weather evening scent.
Next up, we have Dolce & Gabbana The One. This is the EDP version. The reason why I'm showing you this one and not the EDT is because this one has way better performance than the EDT. Love the EDT. It smells amazing. My fiance actually wore it on our first date. Could that be a contributing factor as to why we have the amazing relationship we do? I don't know, but it did its job. It worked. So
yeah, I guess this fragrance was going to make an appearance eventually. I kind of called it earlier. By the way, guys, I'm watching this video for the first time with this. I really didn't know this was coming up. But the one eau de parfum, yes, it's going to make it in these kind of videos. It is very sexy, very safe. Tobacco, ambery, a nice bit of spice in there as well. It's very nicely balanced, very safe. Fantastic blended perfumery. It's very natural. I think, you know, I get at least 6 hours with the one eau de parfum. I think a lot of people, you know, slate on the performance maybe a little bit too much. I think it definitely is. She's right. It's definitely better performing than the eau de toilette.
This is Polo Red, by the way. I realized I didn't say that. And I think this one just goes to show that sometimes keeping it simple and keeping it basic is the way to go. The base notes for this one are cedarwood, vetiver, and vanilla, but then it also has these citrusy notes of lemon and bergamot in it that really round it out nicely. So I like this one. After smelling it, I'm like, I understand why the women liked it. I like it too. So
she was saying in the video that she did like a public reaction video, and I think most people really found this attractive. Polo Red is a classic fragrance. I remember it being quite red fruit space. It's like a red fruity fragrance that was woody and vanillic, very basic, very mainstream designer. I used to own Polo Red Intense, which was basically the same scent profile, but more performance from that. But Polo Red Extreme was the best flanker. Unfortunately, discontinued. Yeah, Polo Red, I think, yeah, it's going to be a sexy evening scent for a beginner, but I do not think the original performs very well, so just bear that in mind.
Okay, you guys, I feel a little silly for this next one, and you guys are probably going to judge me, but I have to admit, this is one of my all-time favorites, and that is Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce. The bottle, we don't love the bottle, but the way it smells is incredible. This one is aromatic, it's musky, balsamic, type of green, spicy. This one surprisingly has aged so well.
So yeah, first of all, what do you guys think of the Fierce bottle design? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. As she says, Fierce probably has aged really well. I've not tried it in a long time. I think I may have tried it once in the shops, but I've tried Montblanc Legend, which is meant to be a clone, and I've tried Percival by Parfum de Marly, which is meant to be a clone, and I love Percival. I actually said it's like a timeless kind of scent DNA. Citrus is up top, some ambroxan down bottom, lavender in the middle. It's sort of like the same mass appeal you get with Dior Sauvage, but probably a bit more bright. But it's just a fun-loving, sexy, masculine DNA that I think will stand the test of time as long as it doesn't get too synthetic, and as long as, yeah, synthetic perfumery doesn't advance too much and make it obsolete, if you know what I mean.
Next up, another mass-appealing fragrance that you just can't go wrong with, as most of these are on this list, YSL La Nuit de l'Homme. This is spicy, woodsy, herbaceous. If you're not a fan of sweet smells, this one or Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce would probably be the two that I would recommend to you. It's spicy, it's woodsy, it's masculine and sexy, but without that sweet component that sometimes makes people feel a little bit nauseous.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's a great shout out, actually. The La Nuit de l'Homme, especially the original, is very airy, light. It's a nice balanced date night fragrance that has a beautiful cardamom note running through it. And because it doesn't focus on too heavy base notes within its DNA, that's probably the reason why it doesn't perform that good anymore in its modern formulations. Get Blue Electric if you can. I still think La Nuit de l'Homme, yeah, it should make this list, honestly. It's one of the sexiest DNAs ever created.
All right, guys, we saved the bad boy for last, and that is Carolina Herrera Prive. If you can't tell, this is supposed to be a flask. It's like mimicking a flask bottle. And that's exactly what it is. It's explosive whiskey and a sensual black leather. This is the ultimate bad boy fragrance. It just smells like a guy that would absolutely ruin your life. It's a leather jacket. It's nonchalant. I mean, it is what it is.
CH Prive, I'm surprised it made this video because I believe it would have definitely been discontinued by the time this video came out. It's been discontinued for a few years now. I love it. It's one of my favorite fragrances I own, one of my favorite discontinued fragrances that I actually was really surprised when I smelled it, because yes, a lot of people like Jeremy Fragrance mentioned there's quite a bad boy-esque fragrance, but I actually think it's a really pleasant, again, balanced fragrance. Lavender, warm ambers with boozy notes, some leather in here. I kind of feel like if you like La Nuit de l'Homme, but you wanted to add some leather and booze into it, that's the kind of vibe you're getting. It's very balanced, but also a little bit sharp and warm and amber. It's lovely, multifaceted perfumery. I think a bad boy could wear, but anyone who just wants to be attractive in general could rock CH Prive. Sadly discontinued, and I also got pretty good performance around 4 to 6 hours. So I really love my bottle that I own. Got to keep it for life.
That is a very predictable list, but they're mass appealing for a reason. They're popular for a reason. I think all of these are great options for someone just getting into fragrances, or you want something a little bit more affordable and budget friendly that you're going to get a lot of versatility out of. These are sexy, these are safe, these are not going to offend anybody. And I think women tend to really like all of these. So give these a shot. Let me know what you think. If you've tried any of these, let me know down below. What is your favorite scent? What is the scent you wear that women seem to like the most? Would love to hear from all of you guys down in the comments.
I thought that was a fantastic video. I'm really big up to Courtney Ryan. I feel like she is very conscientious and she knows her fragrances. Even though she's gone for a mainstream approach with this video, she still put some interesting choices in there. I wasn't expecting Fierce. I wasn't expecting Polo Red, for example. So I think this was a great video. Short, concise, but really informative. So guys, go ahead and subscribe to her if you haven't already. I think she does some fantastic videos by the looks of it. And check out the original video, which I'll leave in the video description down below. What are your thoughts? Do you agree with the 8 choices made here by Courtney? I think she definitely likes warmer, sweeter scents, but Fierce really stood out to her. That's the only one fresh scent I really saw in the video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out our previous reaction video to Real Men, Real Style, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.